From the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Thursday, September 8th, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. A hit-and-run accident around 3:45 p.m. yesterday in Butler Township left one motorist with serious injuries and another facing charges. A vehicle driven by Kathleen Beltrami struck a motorcycle that was traveling south on North Hunter Highway. The motorcycle was being driven by Benjamin Munich. Beltrami fled the scene and was located at her residence on Palmer Court in Sand Springs. Officers were able to follow the leaking fluids from her vehicle from the accident to the scene of her residence. Minnick suffered serious injuries as a result of the crash and was transported to Geisinger, Wyoming Valley Medical Center for treatment. Butler Township Police are continuing the investigation and charges are expected. Wilkes-Barre police are investigating a stabbing. It happened yesterday afternoon in the East End, not far from Wiseman Playground. While the victim was found in a row home on Scott Street, police determined the actual stabbing happened nearby on Corbett Lane. The man was reportedly stabbed in the wrist. Police say it stemmed from an altercation with another man, but did not release details. The Scott Street house was the home of a friend of the victim's where he ran after the stabbing. There's no word on the suspect at this time. The victim's name and condition have not yet been released. The Hazleton Area PTA Council met last night to try and find a resolution to the bus mess that the district has been facing since the school year began. WYLN's Aaron Harvey was there and has more from Butler Township.
The Hazleton Area PTA Council held their monthly meeting last night at the Butler Township Municipal Building. The council addressed topics from 4-day kindergarten to busing concerns. Superintendent of Hazleton Area School District Dr. Craig Butler attended the meeting and said the state had denied the district's request to go to 4-day kindergarten, so the district will now have to come up with an alternative plan. A few parents showed up to the meeting to address the district's chaotic busing problems. Dr. Butler says the busing has been crazy this past year because the district tried to consolidate routes.
It was a combination of, you might say, kind of a perfect storm. We were rerouting the entire district. So that is a major change. That's a major shift. In addition to that, we were relying on information, county maps, Google Maps, and some of that information unfortunately was aired. It was not correct. There were roads that TransFinder, the system that was doing the new routes, were counting on being drivable, passable, safe roads that unfortunately just didn't pan out that way.
Some parents expressed concerns that their children are standing in the aisles on the bus, which is due to overcrowding. Dr. Butler says the district hopes to add more buses by Friday.
We know that we have overcrowded buses on certain routes. We know that for sure. We're working with our contractors and our director of transportation, and we'll be communicating with the board very quickly our need to add additional routes for student safety. We don't want any bus overcrowded or beyond capacity. That student safety is absolutely number one. We're reacting as quickly as we can to make sure that we put those into place.
Due to a motorcycle accident that happened on Tuesday in front of one of the school buses, many of the students didn't make it home until about an hour and a half later without parents knowing.
At this point, the bus schedule is still completely up in the air. Parents have no idea what time our kids are going to get home. With the accident that took place yesterday, parents were worried. It pushed the bus time back another hour for some families. That's a huge concern. And then when we found out tonight that there is no e-alert system, that's positively inappropriate for a district of our size not to have an alert system in place for the start of school. For us to not even know that we no longer have an alert system is unacceptable. We need to, as parents, come together to continue to advocate to make sure that there's some way that we can be notified in the event of an emergency.
Again, Dr. Butler hopes to have the busing issue straightened out by Friday. The next Hazleton Area PTA Council meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, October 5th at 6:30. In Butler Township for WYLN News, I'm Aaron Harvey.
Thank you very much, Aaron. Well, with the amount of fights that have been happening outside of school, the Hazleton Police Department are now investigating. Now, Hazleton Police Department is talking about how they can around during these fights and see what they can do about it. Now that we spoke with someone last week about what had happened at their house, and their home has been damaged. And today we were able to speak with the chief of police, and that is Chief Jerry Speziale. And after school, the Hazleton Area High School are getting out of control. The fights break out almost every day in the area of Lincoln and 13th Street and need to be stopped. Those involved in the fights are damaging the properties of the homeowners near the high school.
Basically, we are meeting today, myself, the mayor, Chief Harry, from the school district police. Basically, we're going to coordinate our efforts to combat this problem with the kids getting out of school, congregating. We have a lot of issues where people are commingling. It's not only the students, but it's people that are over the age of 20 that are commingling with the students and creating problems for the community in that area.
Chief Speziale hopes to come out of the meeting with a solution to stop the after-school fights.
What we're going to do is go and meet with the school district, discuss with the principal, the mayor, myself, Chief Harry, talk about a plan and how we're going to address this problem because it's a recurring problem. And then we're going to deal with it. You know, we are going to talk to the parents, maybe bring them all in, and address the issue. Because we can't keep having this same situation where kids are getting out of school, bunching up, taking over neighborhoods. It's just unacceptable.
Anyone with information about these fights is asked to contact the Hazleton Police Department at 570-459-4940. Today, Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton's daughter, Chelsea Clinton, visited Scranton. Nearly 100 Clinton supporters waited outside of the campaign headquarters on North Washington Avenue in Scranton to hear Chelsea Clinton speak. Clinton met with campaign volunteers and made it clear that they have a lot of work to do in the next 2 months. Clinton spoke for nearly 10 minutes about her mother's campaign and why she should be the next president. Clinton planned on visiting other campaign headquarters all over the Northeast. A new poll shows Hillary Clinton with a lead just outside the margin of error. The Public Policy Polling poll shows Clinton with 47% and Donald Trump with 42%. The same poll shows challenger Kathleen McGinty beating incumbent Senator Pat Toomey 44-41. The poll was conducted among 814 registered voters. The Luzerne County Courthouse was closed again today due to a water main break. A 4-inch main was broken when crews doing construction hit it and damaged it. While the main courthouse was closed again, the Brominski building, the courthouse annex, and Penn Place remained open. Today, State Representative Doyle Heffley and State Senator John Udechak hosted a special event just for senior citizens. Senior citizens gathered at the Jim Thorpe Memorial Hall today to gather all the information and services they need from a variety of vendors, making it their one-stop shop.
Event, a one-stop shop for all the needs that our seniors have throughout northeastern Pennsylvania, whether it's dealing with the property tax and rent rebate program, some of our great vendors that are here today, healthcare related, making sure our seniors get everything they need all in one day.
The expo only happens once a year, and it's the only one of its kind in Carbon County.
The only place that happens, and it only happens once a year. We do it right here in September. Again, a great opportunity, a host of services, both state, federal, and county offices are here. Folks can come down, make sure that they introduce themselves to all of those agencies, any of the services that they are currently using to ask questions about, or some services that they may not know about. They get informed, they get the services they need, they get the help they need, and that's what it's all about, helping the seniors in northeastern Pennsylvania.
Those who attended the expo were appreciative of all of the information and services that were provided and look forward to it again next year. Fun Fest is just 2 days away, and tonight we continue our countdown. The theme this year is Community Heroes. Fun Fest will be celebrating and honoring all those in the community who make a difference. Fun Fest will take place this weekend, September 10th and 11th in downtown Hazleton, and you won't want to miss all the fun, food, and entertainment planned all weekend long. FunFest is a family-friendly event, so make sure to stop by. Sunday, September 11th will be the annual parade starting on Broad Street in West Hazleton and making its way to downtown Hazleton. Well, it's time now for a first look at our forecast. A pretty hot and humid day here in northeastern Pennsylvania. But what can viewers expect temperature-wise as we finish out the week and head into FunFest weekend here in Hazleton? Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbaczyk is in the Weather Center with the details. Joe?
Well, we still got a little bit of that heat and humidity to contend with over the next couple of days. Then some cooler weather is going to follow as we go into especially the second part of the weekend. But I tell you what, the heat and humidity is cranking up across our area today. It's going to be with us even as we head into tomorrow. What about this upcoming weekend? What can we expect? I'll let you know with the 7-day forecast coming up in just a few. Ann?
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, area communities are doing their part to pay tribute to the 15th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. Plus, the Bloomsburg Fair is just around the corner, and yesterday was Media Day at the fairgrounds. More news, weather, and sports is coming your way here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, video journalists Mike Lula and Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Gary Perna, Abby Piskel, and Aaron Harvey. Sports with Eric DeBerardinis and John Eric Poli, and weather with Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbaczyk.
Introducing the all-new Hazleton Hyundai, where you are set for life. Where every new vehicle purchased includes a lifetime warranty, lifetime oil and filter changes, lifetime car washes, lifetime loaner vehicles, and lifetime state inspections. Plus, check out this amazing deal on a 2017 Hyundai Elantra SE. Right now for only $109 per month with $0 down. Hazleton Hyundai, where you are set for life.
John's Family Restaurant in the Churchill Mall. Enjoy a full menu with all homemade food. From breakfast, soups, sandwiches, entrees, and desserts. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner specials. The food is great, the price is right. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Sunday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick offers the perfect mix of fine and fashion jewelry. Expand your Alex and Ani jewelry collection at Nespoli Jewelers or design a one-of-a-kind engagement ring. Nespoli Jewelers, mixing fine and fashion. 108 East Front Street in Berwick. Stop at Zakovich's Farm Market, 432 Fairview Street in Tamaqua, for all your fresh-picked seasonal produce. When you're done, stop right next door at the Rough Cut Barbecue and choose from a delicious menu. Produce stand is open daily from 9 a.m. to 6, and the Rough Cut Barbecue is open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, noon until 7. Zakovich's Farm Market and Rough Cut Barbecue, 570-467-2039.
To commemorate the heroes of the attacks of 9/11, a special presentation will be given on the anniversary to say thank you to all of those who fought and are still fighting for our country. WYLN's Abby Piskel has all the details from Weatherly.
A celebration will be held on Sunday, September 11th at Our Lady of Lourdes Church in Weatherly to honor the 15th anniversary of the attacks on the United States. Director of Worship and Liturgy at All Saints Parish, Ron Byer, says that no matter where people stand politically, it's important that we stand together and honor the men and women who fight for our country.
We are so grateful to the great men and women who fought for our country, and we just feel it necessary to honor them. So we ask everybody to come and give their support to our military, our active military, our veterans, and especially those who gave all and lost their lives in service to our country.
The service began 3 years ago in McAdoo, but church members decided to keep it going.
It was going to be a one-time thing in McAdoo, and there's two choirs combined, St. Ambrose from Schuylkill Haven and McAdoo All Saints Church from McAdoo. And we were just going to do a one-time thing, but then we were invited to the convention center at Cape May, New Jersey to put it on there, so we did it there last year. And they asked us back again next year, or this year. We're going next Sunday, September 18th, again to the convention center. And we thought we would do it one more time in our area, once again, just to honor our veterans and all those who fought for our country on the 15th anniversary of the attacks.
The event is open to the public and is free of charge as a way to thank those who fought and are still fighting for our country.
It's a musical tribute to the men and women who served our country, and it's probably going to last maybe an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 15 minutes. At the end, we ask all the veterans who are in the church to come forward, and we present them with a little pin as a token of our appreciation.
Again, the presentation will be held this Sunday, September 11th at 3 p.m. at Our Lady of Lourdes Church in Weatherly. For WYLN News, I'm Abby Piskel.
Thank you, Abby. Well, this Sunday, September 11th, will mark the 15th anniversary of the September 11th attacks in New York, Washington, D.C., and Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Communities throughout the area are planning to honor the memory of the lives lost and those affected, including here in Hazleton. To honor all of those who lost their lives and those brave men and women that went to the rescue of those who needed help, firefighters and residents of our area are coming together to hold a special service to remember all of those who were affected by the attacks.
So this year's event will be held on Saturday, September 10th at 7 o'clock. It will start at 7. We're asking people to show up at 6:30. It will be held on Hawthorne Street, east of Poplar, on the north side of the St. Gabriel Cemetery.
There will be a procession under a large American flag that will be draped over the ladders of fire trucks from Hazleton and West Hazleton fire departments.
The Hazleton and West Hazleton fire departments bring ladder trucks, and we expect a lot more other fire equipment to be there and firemen. But the ladder trucks from Hazleton and West Hazleton will extend their ladders, drape a large American flag, which will the procession, when it starts, led by a bagpiper, will march under that with the American Legion Post 76 of Hazleton, Sons of Legion, Disabled American Veterans Hazleton, the West Hazleton Fire Company Honor Guard Detachment will all pass under that, as will the speakers. Take place next to a building facing the cemetery on Hawthorne Street. And then at the end of the ceremony, we will process out again through that archway.
The entire public is invited to attend the event and hear from many different speakers who have been impacted by the events of 9/11. WYLN will also be paying tribute to those in remembrance of 9/11 with the following programming that will air on Sunday. The following programs that are on your screen now will honor the patriotism of America, beginning with an episode of The Storm hosted by Tiffany Cloud featuring the 9/11 Museum, followed by an episode of Warrior Summit Outdoors with special guest John Teagan, who is a survivor of the Benghazi attacks. The evening of September 11th, airing at 7:30, will be a WYLN Reports from Shanksville, Pennsylvania, where Flight 93 crashed, and at 9:30 will be a musical salute to all veterans. Be sure to tune in to view these special programs only here on WYLN. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in with a full look at our forecast. Plus, yesterday was Media Day at the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds. Find out what you can expect from this year's fair. All that and more coming up tonight here on WYLN News. Stay tuned.
It's the summer clearance event at Berger Family Dealerships. First week of the new month is time to find your copy of the Freeland Progress with favorite monthly features like The Time Traveler and Affordable Adventures. The Freeland Progress is free at locations throughout Freeland, Whitehaven, Blakesley, Berwick, Cunningham, Drums, and the Hazleton area.
Sal's Septic Service for cesspools and septic tank cleaning, and Marola's Garage for car and truck inspection and repairs. If it has wheels, Marola's can fix it. Call Sal's Septic and Marola's Garage at 570-956-4782.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Well, we have the heat and humidity to contend with across our area. We have it today. We're going to still have it to tomorrow, even into our Saturday before some changes take place in the forecast. That's not going to come till the second part of the weekend, and as we start going into next week. But in the meantime, enjoy this weather because we know these days are short-lived, and if you don't like the heat and humidity, you're probably going to like the forecast going into next week. Some cooler temperatures, and of course the humidity values are going to be dropping as well. But first, let's take a look at what's going on outside our station, and we continue to be in the mid to upper 80s out there. And with those dew point numbers on the high side, you get them in the 60s to near 70 degrees. You feel a lot of humidity when you walk outside. And then, of course, it's making it feel a couple of degrees warmer than what the actual air temperature indicates. So even though it's about 86, it's feeling more like it's about 90 outside. So how did we do temperature-wise for the day? Did manage to get up to the 86 mark, and the morning start, a very mild, muggy start to our morning, only getting down to 68 degrees throughout the state of Pennsylvania. Once again, there are some showers and storms across parts of the state of Pennsylvania. And, most of them have been out toward the west, and it cools things down a little bit. For our area, it still looks pretty nice throughout the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Temperatures continuing to remain, for the most part, many areas still in the 90s. Some areas still in the 80s, lower 90s down by Harrisburg and Philadelphia. And again, where some of those showers and storms have been out toward the west a little bit earlier, 70s to near 80 degrees, a couple of them making their way toward the east. But things looking pretty good as I speak. And here's what it's actually feeling like. Even though temperatures are in the upper 80s, some lower 90s, you can see those values, what it actually feels like when you walk outside, combining that humidity in the air. Some areas it's feeling like it's almost 100 degrees. Extended forecast looking like this. Tomorrow, 83, looking pretty nice. Still going to be humid. Saturday, a mix of sun and clouds. Again, there's a couple of chances of a shower or thunderstorm here and there going into even Saturday evening, and that's going to pave the way for some cooler conditions. Going into our Sunday, about 73, 72 for Monday. A lot of sunshine for Tuesday, about 77, 77 for Wednesday. Another chance of a shower or thunderstorm or two around, and then after that it even gets a little bit cooler. A mix of sun and clouds, only about 71 degrees a week from today. Stick around, we'll continue to have a lot more for you coming up after the break.
Minutes away. That's right, you're just minutes away from a great deal on a new car, truck, or SUV from Barber Ford. Two great locations, Exeter and Hazleton. The best deals on America's #1 brand are just 25 minutes from Prattville, 26 minutes from Jim Thorpe, 28 minutes from Tamaqua, 20 minutes from Shavertown, and 28 minutes from Clark Summit. Barber Ford in Exeter and Hazleton. Online at barberautogroup.com, where nobody but nobody sells for less.
Beach Mountain Lakes Restaurant and Lounge is open to the public Wednesday through Sunday. They offer great food and entertainment with a beautiful lake view from their 100-foot deck. Wednesday is lasagna night, Thursday is the burger bash, and Sunday is clam night. Check out their live entertainment every weekend. When you need used auto parts, call Bonner Enterprises. They also take your junk cars and trucks, offering competitive prices. They also deliver anti-skid shale and clay. Located at 410 Maplewood Drive in the Humboldt Industrial Park, call them at 570-384-3291.
Mike Stower Coal and Oil Fuel Delivery with automatic delivery and budget plans available. 24-hour furnace service. Discount pricing for businesses and restaurants. Call them for a quote. Also, propane is now available, with a portion of the annual proceeds going to the Cancer Foundation for breast cancer awareness. Accepting major credit cards. Call 570-636-0503. StowerCoalAndOil.com.
The annual Bloomsburg Fair is right around the corner, and yesterday was Media Day at the fairgrounds to give fairgoers a preview of what's to come. WYLN's Abby Piskel has more.
This year will be the 161st annual Bloomsburg Fair, beginning on Saturday, September 24th through Saturday, October 1st. President of the fair, Paul Reichert, says that Media Day is the perfect way to kick off the fair season, so people are able to get a preview of the week's events, such as building a barn.
I think building the barn from the old
Port Farm barn building in Mount Pleasant Township is going to be a plus. We're having the Amish build it for us. And I hope we have an Amishman to explain what's going on during the construction period. And that'll be going on all week long.
One major factor that keeps people coming to the fair is the wide selection of food that is available. Different vendors are located all over the grounds, giving fairgoers multiple options to choose from.
Got a couple good free shows up at Millennium Park, which is the Dock Dogs and also the Pirates of the Caribbean. And the Bengal Tigers, the Bengal Tigers will be down at the west end of the fairgrounds.
Not only is there plenty of food, but a lot of entertainment as well.
You can find all kind of vendors that have different varieties of food. I think the free entertainment has a big factor, and it's a lot of it's reunions. People come back here to visit with their friends, their families, and it's just a tremendous week for everybody.
Again, the annual Bloomsburg Fair will begin Saturday, September 24th, and ends on Saturday, October 1st. For WYLN News, I'm Abby Piskel.
Thank you, Abby. Coming up next, Eric DeVerdinis is here with sports on WYLN. Stay tuned. All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Zaner's Automotive Incorporated has been providing complete towing and wreckage recovery service. They also offer emergency truck and trailer repairs and roadside assistance. Located at 213 East Broad Street in Hazleton. Call them at 570-454-0541.
The International League does this weird thing where they give the lower seed hosting duties for the first 2 games of a playoff series. Well, home field didn't matter last night. Scranton-Wilkes-Barre captures Game 1 of the Governor's Cup semifinals / extension of the Iron Rail Series over Lehigh Valley. Jordan Montgomery delivered a 7-inning performance, not allowing a run, while Mason Williams sent a ball into the seats in the 8th for a 2-0 victory. Tonight they're back at it at Coca-Cola Park for Game 2 with first pitch set for 7:05. Riders with a chance to take a commanding lead into the best-of-5 series before heading home to Music on Friday. The pitching matchup tonight features Anthony Vasquez for the Iron Pigs and Phil Koch for the Rail Riders. A day away from Game of the Week, Take 3. Holy Redeemer and Mahanoy set to be featured on WYLN. The Golden Bears option offense that's not seen much, but the Royals saw it last week against Susquehanna and did a pretty good job, only allowing 8 points. But Mahanoy's game is better.
It's 2 weeks in a row. You kind of get used to it because it's repetition, you know. So I feel like we'll be more ready for it than we were first snap last week. So it should be a different outcome.
Well, we got to stop them. We got, obviously we got to slow them down. That triple option or the option, the way they run it, so with the different formations, and again, that front's going to be a big challenge for us.
The game tomorrow at 7. That's it for sports. Stay tuned.
At All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you not only get the vehicle that you want,
you also get the lowest financing options.
We also deliver unmatched service.
Whether you're in need of a work truck, have an active family lifestyle, or simply want to show off your fun, adventurous side, All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has a wide variety of inventory to choose from. The summer clearance event is going on now. Stop in today.
All right, well, it is Fun Fest weekend, and Joe, hopefully that
don't look too bad.
Can get out of the way and just...
We'll keep the fingers crossed.
All right, that's all we can do. Sounds good. But weather's nice for football, and that's...
Yeah, it's 3 weeks in a row. Pretty good. I don't want to jinx it.
Knock on whatever we can find, right?
This is wood?
This is wood.
It is? That's
we'll take
wood.
it.